Hello, this is Bob Sluka from Russia, and thank you for letting me chat with you today about some of our microplastic research at Canaveral National Seashore. I'm going to share my screen and put up a PowerPoint, so I think that will be much more interesting than looking at myself. So what I'd like to do is talk to you about nurdles. What are they? Where and when do they appear on beaches of Canaveral National Seashore? And why does it matter? So thank you for spending the time to listen today. Plastic pollution in the ocean is pervasive and very well documented. Since its development in the 1950s, it has expanded in its use, and some have even suggested that we will be able to mark this time geologically as the start of the Plasticine era. However, as one paper put it, plastic is not plastic is not plastic. There are several basic chemical formulations of plastic, some names of which are relatively well known, such as polyvinyl chloride, PVC, or polystyrene, this ubiquitous foam, coolers, or peanuts in packaging we're all so familiar with. But to each of these starting points, a whole array of chemicals is added to change the properties, colors, and uses, such that there are thousands of types of plastic in global circulation. We know that plastic is found in every marine habitat that we have looked, from the ocean surface to the deep ocean trenches. To date, more than 700 marine animals have been recorded as yet to be as standard categories for microplastics. But these are often thought of as being foam, think again the styrofoam beads on the beach, film, wrappers and such, fragments broken down from bigger plastic, filaments, strands from clothes or rope, and plastic pellets, the latter also known as nurdles, or more prosaically as mermaids. It is these latter microplastics that our study focused on, nurdles, the basic element in most plastic production. These are created from hydrocarbons of opportunity for a variety of reasons. We gratefully acknowledge the Bosch Corporation for funding the participation of Williams Baptist students and their 3-week immersive STEM experience on the Space Coast in 2019, which I hope will be repeated here in 2020. The monitoring data show the same pattern. These are the 4 different sites that I showed you before. So the blue is parking lot 4. We went south to the entrance point. So it's our monitoring site, 4 south, and then 5 south, 7 south, and north. Those are those 4 points that I showed you before. The literature, so we're saying at this point that results for each of the different monitoring sites. In September, after that storm, was really the highest that we found during that time period. The literature indicates that the nurdle abundance on beaches is in rapidly due to prevailing conditions. And so it may be that the temporal scale on which we have to make comparisons must be much finer than season. This also may differ by season, in that the number of nurdles found in the stormier winter season may vary significantly, whereas during the summer, calmer season, there may be generally low observation. Analysis of the monitoring site data seems to indicate variability in space and time. Sites at parking lots 4 and 5 had higher abundance than at parking lot 7 sites in September 2019 and January 2020. But all were very low at the other 2 dates. So there does seem to be some variability in counts among sites on the same day. But this needs to be investigated more systematically to determine if there are some oceanographic features which are impacting where nurdles usually end up, or if it is more serendipitous. Comparing the Playa Linda monitoring sites to those samples south of Port Canaveral, Jetty Park, Cherry Down, Maury Wilson, and Cable Beach, we find a higher mean nurdle count at Playa Linda, but high variability, and using a t-test to examine the difference in means indicated that they were not significantly different. Graphing these by sampling date, we find similarly low values between the 2 locations in January and May 2019, but much higher values in September 2019 and January 2020 at Playa Linda. However, a significant but again unanswerable question right now is what is a significant difference in nurdle abundance ecologically. There was not any noticeable relationship between the number of people searching and the number of nurdles found. We greatly appreciate the permission to conduct research in Canaveral National Seashore, and we look forward to being able to visit and study that beautiful and important place in the future. So I hope you were able to learn something, and you probably have a lot of questions. And so I'm very happy to answer those as I can, either through the social media or through websites, and perhaps by email. So thank you for spending the time, and look forward to interacting with you more on this important topic.